What's up, guys? Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and hit that bell so you get all notifications. You clicked on the video. Why? Because we are comparing the AirPod Pros to the Beats Fit Pro. Now, I've had the Beats Fit Pro now for about a week, so I can do a little review on that. I've had the AirPod Pros for about over a year now, so I'm going to tell you guys, we're going to go over the design, the sound, and everything that's in between. So let's get started, okay? The Beats Fit Pro. If you like bass, if you like hip hop music, that sort of thing, you know, where like you want the surround sound, boom, 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 I'd say go with the Beats. You want clarity, honestly, the AirPod Pros are great sounding. The only thing that is wrong with the AirPod Pros, in my opinion, is the bass. That's it. That doesn't mean there isn't bass. There's bass, but just not enough bass, if you ask me. But the clarity on these AirPod Pros are unbelievable. Like the first time I heard music the way I did on the AirPod Pros, honestly, it was life-changing. The way the sound blew me away. But there was always that thing where I just wanted just a little bit more of bass. So let's talk about it now, shall we? Okay. They come now, my AirPod Pros are in a Spigen case. Okay. And honestly, the build of the case is small enough. Like, I have no complaints over this case. It's perfect. It's small. It fits in your pocket. Everything. Beats. The only thing I would complain about the Beats is that the case is big. As you can see, side by side, the Beats case is massive compared to the AirPod Pros. Now, that's not make or break. That doesn't, I wouldn't choose one or the other just because, the Beats case is a little bit bigger. Who really cares, right? Now, let's get down to the design. The AirPod Pros and the Beats Fit Pro. So, for comfort, I'd have to give it to the AirPods Pro. These things are phenomenal. Like, I'm not kidding when I say this, guys. The AirPod Pros, sometimes I forget they're in my ears. They are so light. They fit comfortable. One problem I had with them is that they kept falling out of my ears, but all I did is buy a foam masters off of Amazon for them. Foam master tips. They're honestly, they work a lot better than the silicone ones that they give you already on them. The silicone ones go in your ear and they expand and they give you a tight seal, and the sound is phenomenal. So if I'm talking about design, I'd have to give it to the AirPod Pros. The Beats are good. Sometimes I do forget they're in my ear too. But one thing I did notice with the Beats is sometimes it's painful around my ear. Like, it does hurt my ear, and I can't sit here and lie about it. It is what it is. The Beats are, if you want bass, they got more bass than the AirPod Pros. Let's just put it this way, okay? They're both basically identical, okay? This has active noise cancellation and transparency mode, and the Beats Fit Pro have active noise cancellation and transparency mode. But the bass is more on the Beats, but the comfort goes to the AirPod Pros. Now, when I keep these two in my ear for hours on end, the AirPod Pros, I completely forget they're in my ear. The Beats, like I said earlier, they hurt me a little bit, but it's not too painful to the point where I don't want to wear them. It's like when I put them in my ear, I don't feel them. But if I say I press the buttons or do anything like that, then I feel like a little pain. Okay? Now, sound. Which one's better sounding? Like I said, the Beats has a little bit more bass, but that doesn't mean the AirPod Pros don't sound well. The AirPod Pros sound phenomenal. The Beats Fit Pro sound phenomenal. And honestly, I think it just comes down to preference. More clarity, I'd say, on the AirPods Pro. The highs and the mids. The treble is a really nice and boosted. And on the Beats, they focus on the low ends, and the mids. And like I said, more bass. Now, the charging. Let's talk about the charging. The AirPod Pros give me about roughly 4 to 4.5 hours of watching like YouTube videos and things like that. Now, the Beats, I noticed their battery's a lot better than the AirPod Pros, and they give me around 5 to 5.5 hours of listening to YouTube videos and things like that. Now, on like the transparency mode, I found is a bit better on the AirPod Pros. The active noise cancellation, though, I'd give to the Beats Fit Pro. So take it how you want to take it. It is what it is, man. Now, price. Okay, the Beats Fit Pro are $199 Canadian. Okay, so that's say 200 bucks Canadian, which comes up to around 170 US. The AirPod Pros are around 250 Canadian. So that comes up to around like say 220. So the AirPod Pros are more expensive, but listen, man, if you guys want my honest opinion, man, the AirPods are amazing, but they're just a little too much overpriced if you asked me. And then the Beats are fairly priced, but the only thing I hate about the Beats is the design, the wingtip. Now, this is what's causing me the pain, is the tip. It fits, it's big, it's a lot bigger than the AirPod Pro. And like in the case, and look at this, like they fit snugly in the AirPod case, and in the Beats case, to be honest, they click in, the magnets are phenomenal on it, right? Like it clicks in perfectly, but just the case feels a little cheap, if you ask me. It's just, it is what it is, man. Now, if I had to pick which one I'd go with, man, if I'm being completely honest, I'd have to give it to the AirPod Pros. Another thing, the Beats, okay? Now, when you take this earpiece off, there's nothing protecting the, the driver or whatever you want to call it, right? It's literally just open. So it can get dirty and it can get, like just filthy. And if you've owned a pair of AirPod Pros or earbuds, you know just as well as me, man, they get filthy and it's a full-time job just cleaning them, okay? The AirPod Pros come with this cool idea where it blocks any dirt and debris from getting in there, and it keeps the driver nice and clean. So I have to give the ups there to the AirPod Pros. Now, sound quality, listen, it really comes down to just preference. If you want more bass, go with the Beats. If you want an all-around good experience, go with the AirPod Pros. Now, I'm not saying the Beats aren't as good as the AirPod Pros. They are. So I know I'm all over the place in this video, but it's really just comes down to preference, man. Some people will like the Beats more than the AirPods, and some people will like the AirPods more than the Beats. It all just comes down to what do you like, what do you want in it. The transparency mode are good on both of them, but I'd have to give it to the AirPod Pros, man. It's amazing how literally when they're in my ear, I can be having a conversation with someone and I can hear them perfectly. It sounds so natural. It doesn't seem robotic or anything like that. The one issue I have with Apple as a whole is when they update stuff. Because when they update stuff, it seems that things get worse. It's just the way it is. I had a different pair of AirPods Pro, and within the first 6 to 7 months, they lost bass. They lost the punch. I even took it into an Apple store, and stupid of me, I didn't have Apple Care, and they told me both your buds failed the test. So that's one thing I want to tell you guys. If you buy any Apple products, believe me, get the Apple Care. The Apple Care will do wonders. If anything happens to them, if they stop working or anything like that, it's fully covered, no questions asked. You walk in, you get a new pair, or they fix them. More than likely, you're getting a new pair. So always get Apple Care. That's the one thing I want to stress to you guys. I know it's annoying, like you just paid a lot of money for a product and then you're like, oh, now I got to pay more money. But believe me when I tell you guys, it is one of the best insurance policies out there, period, man. The amount of times Apple Care has saved my ass, even with my phone, with my iPhone, is unreal. They've replaced my iPhone twice, no questions asked, completely replaced it. If I didn't have Apple Care, I pay $10 a month for Apple Care. If I didn't have Apple Care, I would have been shit out of luck out of the phone. My phone was overheating, they replaced it. It was the camera was having issues, they replaced it. If I didn't have Apple Care, I would have had to buy a new phone. So Apple Care is well worth it. Now listen, man, which one do I enjoy the most? Man, I don't know. Other than the pain that the Beats causes me sometimes, they're similar. They're like brother and sister, or brother and brother, if you get what I mean. But honestly, it just comes down to preference, man. Now, when it comes down to the case design, I spoke about it earlier. The AirPods is a definite winner in there. Smaller, more compact. The only thing I'd say is that they need to make the magnets a bit stronger. The Beats really need to make this a smaller case. That's all I'm going to say, man. Now, it is what it is. So I tried explaining the best I could these two products. I know I was all over the place, guys, so forgive me. It is what it is. Let me know what you guys have. Do you guys have the AirPod Pros? Do you have the Beats Fit Pro? Which one do you guys enjoy better, man? And that's about it. Thank you guys all for watching. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. And I'll catch you guys all in the next video, man. Thank you all who made it possible for me to reach 1,000 subscribers. I owe you guys my life, man. Thank you. Let me know in the comments, which is better, AirPod Pros or the Beats Fit Pro? It's up to you guys, man. Have a good day. Peace.